Good afternoon, everyone. We are now live in Autodesk Community Philippines YouTube channel and CAD Community Asia Facebook page for 3D design with TinkerCAD. So inviting everyone to please join us in meetup.com. Okay, and if you want to receive an official Autodesk certificate of course completion or event participation, inviting you to please register in the link below. Okay, we have CAD Community Asia group in Facebook, inviting you to join, like and follow us, CAD Community Asia, and inviting you to join us in LinkedIn, CAD Community Asia. inviting everyone to please share our live stream today, no? So please do invite your friends, your classmates, and we'd like to say hello to all of the students and educators of College of San Benilde Rizal. Okay, so please do comment down your full name slash school name for our attendance check, no? So let's say mm, drop na lang po sa ating comment section ang ating full name dash school name for our attendance, no? So explain ko lang Certificate of Event Participation ang marireceive ng ating attendee for today if hindi sila magpapasa ng output. Okay? So, i-explain natin later yung output natin, no? So, certificate of course completion naman to those who will pass an output. Okay? Okay, so let me share a video from Guillermo Melantoni. He is disrupting the way people design and manufacture from beginners with TinkerCAD into professionals into Fusion 360. Okay, so let's watch his video.
Hi, I'm Guillermo Melantoni from the TinkerCAD team, and I'm really happy and proud to let you all know that March is the month for the 10-year anniversary of TinkerCAD. Yes, 10 years old. TinkerCAD was released as a beta by Airstone Labs in March 26, 2011, and it immediately got traction, I would say, from makers and some teachers, the early adopters, that saw it as a very, very simple tool, web-based, no installs. I mean, had all the things that they needed to get some traction at schools that were already also starting to acquire the first 3D printers. We also did notice it, and it was really amazing. So we did follow kind of the growth of the application from the very first iterations to where they landed before they closed, which was very close in the 3.8, so that's what we have today. And then on May 2013, after we acquired it, we opened it again. The numbers are amazing, right? So we got an app with 45,000 monthly actives to 4 million today, with registrations in around 60,000 users to over 34 million, soon 35. Concurrent users from less than 100 to over 14,000. And TinkerCAD has not only grown in amount of monthly actives, it has also become a full ecosystem, not only having 3D modeling, simple 3D modeling, but also electronic simulation with Arduino, with microbits, codeblocks for visual programming, for 3D modeling. And all of that has become very relevant for STEAM education. And let's not also forget all the opportunities we have into lighting the path into Fusion 360. I wanted to send some greetings to everybody in Philippines from here, and enjoy your workshop on 3D design in TinkerCAD. Bye-bye.
Okay. Yan, so please comment down your full name, dash school or company name for our attendance check. Okay, so let me introduce to you our speaker or lecturer for today. I'll be adding Miss Melj Bakiran. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. Okay, so hi guys, I am your instructor once more. So let's start off. What is TinkerCAD? TinkerCAD is a free kid-friendly online computer aided design program where users can design, modify, and print 3D objects. It also allows students to design their own shapes or pick shapes to subtract from their projects, providing an easy way to create arches or hole using negative space as a tool. Is TinkerCAD free? TinkerCAD is very free and easy to use for 3D design, and you can 3D design, electronics, and coding. It is used by teachers, kids, hobbyists, designers to imagine, design, and make anything. And TinkerCAD, we have also there a class for teachers and so on and so far. So let's start. Hi everyone, and once again, welcome to 3D Design with TinkerCAD. Now to launch TinkerCAD, go to your favorite web browser and type in TinkerCAD and search. Now click the link. We are now in the TinkerCAD website. If you don't have an account, just simply click join now. But I have an account, so I'm going to sign in with my Autodesk account. You can sign in with Google or Apple. Now we are on our dashboard. I'm going to click create new design. On my upper right, we have this box with bullets. That's recent design. If you click that, you can see the designs you have built or tinkered. And when you click this name, you can change our part. So let me rename this into my first part. Hitting enter. If you simply click the TinkerCAD logo, you will go back to dashboard. On my upper right, we have 3D design, blocks, and bricks. And here we have invite people to collaborate with your part. And on our very upper right is our avatar. Over here to my left is the copy, the paste, the duplicate, the delete, undo, and redo. And on my right, we have toggle, hide or show all, group and ungroup, align, and mirror. We have import, export, and send to. Over here, we have our work plane, ruler, and notes. You can add notes. You can simply click the notes and click, and you can type anything you want. If you simply want to delete the notes, just click this trash bin. Over here on our left, we have the view cube. We have a home view. We have fit in all view, which is F on our keyboard. Zoom in and zoom out. And we have the switch to flat view or orthographic. On my right side, we have our shapes panel. And when I drop down, you can see some shape sets. I'm going to click and drag this box. Now to simply rotate, I'm going to hold my right mouse button, and to pan, I'm going to click my middle mouse button. Okay, so shout out to Guillermo Melantoni. Congratulations on the 10-year anniversary in TinkerCAD. And hi, Joseph Lau. Hi, Hilario A. Layson and Sir Ron Cedric B. Garcia. Notice when I click our cube or box, there's a window that popped up. That's our inspector window. You can adjust the radius, the steps, the length, the width, and the height. You can also type in the value that you want. For example, I want the radius to be 5. I want the steps to be 5 also. And so on and so far. You can also edit the length, width, and height by clicking this white box icons over here. And you can also rotate by clicking these arrows. So I'm going to rotate this box. And by clicking this black cone, you can simply move the box up and down. Notice when I hover over this white box, there's a dimension field active. I can simply click this icon
and click this white box and type in the value I want. For example, I want the value to be 70 and this value to be 80. Moving forward, I'm going to click the cylinder and drag. And notice we have two options, solid and hole. I want my cylinder to be a hole, and I'm going to put the cylinder over inside our cube, and I'm going to make a window selection and click group. Notice there's now a hole in our cube. When you group a solid shape and a hole shape, there will be a hole added to our shape. Moving forward, I'm going to add a spear. I'm going to add a spear here on our cube, and I'm going to make a window selection, and I'm going to group. When you group shapes, the most shapes with colors will be the same color. Notice our spear is now also red. When I ungroup them, the spear is turned back into blue. Once again, when I group them, the spear will also be red because this cube has the most color.
Ano yung sinasabi niya? Okay. Okay guys, inviting you to join Autodesk Community Philippines if hindi po kayo naka-join. And the questions will be answered pagkatapos po ng workshop. Thank you.
Next, I'm going to ungroup our shapes. Now, I want my spear to be perfectly stacked with our cube on top of our cube. To simply do that, I'm going to delete this spear. I'm going to click work plane or W on our keyboard. Now I'm going to drag and drop spear. Notice it is perfectly stacked on our top cube. To simply head back to our standard work plane, you can simply click W on our keyboard and click on any empty workspace. Or you can just go up and click work plane and select any empty workspace. And now we are on our standard work plane.
Okay, again, inviting you to join Autodesk Fusion 360 group and Facebook and LinkedIn. Moving forward, let's get back to TinkerCAD.
I'm going to delete our shapes. I'm going to make a window selection and hit delete on my keyboard. Moving forward, I'm going to my shapes panel, click drop down, and click featured in the shape generators. Here on our featured shapes, we have pipes, clips, and parts, fidget spinners, curved verbs, custom font text. In here, in this shapes panel, you can create your own shape in extrusion. So I'm going to drag and drop extrusion. Notice in our inspector window, I'm going to hit F to fit the view. In our inspector window, once again, we can adjust these points. For example, I'm going to click this point and move this to the left. I'm going to click this point and move to the right. For example, I want my extrusion shape to have a tier shape drop. I can do that. I can adjust these points. Right here, right there. In the extrusion shape, I can also adjust the height and the scale. Moving forward, I'm going to zoom out, and I want my work plane to have a text. So I'm going to my shapes panel, drop down, go back to basic shapes, go down and click text and drag. I can edit the text. For example, I want to type in hi there. You can also change the font into sans mono, and serif. I'm going to click solid because it's in whole. I can adjust the height, the bevel, and the segment.
So, inviting you naman in Digital Creatives Philippines for those who didn't join or has not yet joined. Okay, going back.
Let's now take up what we have learned in the past few videos. So I'm going to my left, click Home View. I'm going to my right on our Shapes panel, drag and drop our box. I'm going to scale our box. I want our box to have 80 by 80 perimeter. I'm going to click this point and edit the dimension. The dimension I want is 80. And click our cone icon, head up. Now I'm going to my right, click work plane. I'm going to select this face. I'm going to drag and drop a box. I want this box to have a 21 by 27 perimeter. And I want this cube to be a hole. I'm going to duplicate our hole. Click W on our keyboard again and click on any empty workspace. Hitting escape. I'm going to push this whole box further, and this another whole box. I'm going to make a window selection and click group. I'm going to click our cube, click this solid and go to custom. Now I want my box to be a color orange. That's okay. Click on our empty workspace. Now I'm going to my work plane once more. Click this face. Go down. Click text. Drag and drop text. And I'm going to add a text of wall. Hitting enter. The color is going to be black. I'm going to scale this down. Going to my side view. Zooming in. And I'm going to make this thin. Go to my front view once more. I'm going to click a cylinder. I'm going to scale up my cylinder. And I want the color to be red. I want this to be thin also. Going to my work plane once again and click on an empty workspace. Hitting W and hitting this face. Now I'm going to add a text. I want the text is to be E. Change our color. The color is going to be white. Scale this down. I'm going to put this on the right, make this middle as possible, and make this thin. hit W or simply head up to work plane, and I'm going to select in a empty workspace.
Hi, good afternoon and welcome Kuya Dan Joshua and Ate Chloe Chavez. Going back.
Zooming out, I'm going to rotate our shapes. I'm going to work plane and click this face. Now I'm going to drag and drop a cylinder. I'm going to scale this down. Now I want the color to be gray. Going to my shapes panel, drag and drop this box. I'm going to make this box into a rectangular shape. Let's thin this a bit. And I want the radius to be 3.5. Going up, I'm going to stick this on my cylinder shape, and I'm going to rotate, and I'm going to head this down. Now I'm going to join or group these two shapes. Now I'm going to rotate. I'm going to make a window selection, making sure that the two shapes are only selected. That's okay, and group. Let's rotate once more. Now I want to scale this up, head this down, hitting W on our keyboard and click on an empty workspace. Rotate, click W again, and click on this face. With the face selected, I'm going to add a cylinder. I'm going to scale this down again. I'm going to make this in the middle of our rectangle. And click W and click on an empty space. Let's rotate. I'm going to make a window selection, making sure that the three shapes are selected, and group. Let's rotate to our side view again. Go to work plane, click on this face, grab a cylinder, make this small as possible, maybe like this. Let's have this in a height of 12. Scale this down. Hit W. Hit on an empty workspace. Now I'm going to move this cylinder close to this cylinder. I'm going to head this up. Head this up once more. And make this in the middle. Let's make this thin. Zoom out. Let's make another window selection and click group. Rotating on our side view again, click work plane, select this face. Let's grab a box and another box, but this box is going to be a hole. I'm going to join them together, something like this. make a window selection, making sure the two boxes are only selected, and group. Scaling this down, I want this to be 12, and the color is gray. Let's go back to our standard work plane. Moving this shape, making sure it sticks on our cylinders. Down this and make this up. Let's duplicate this shape, going to my left and click duplicate. Let's move this to the right. Click escape by clicking on an empty workspace.
Okay, no? So, kahit please do fill up the registration form. So, kung nag-fill up man kayo via Meetup or Facebook and YouTube, general naman po yan, no? So, fill up kayo ng registration form and then comment down below your full name dash school name.
Next, I'm going to click the shape and duplicate. Going to my right, I'm going to adjust. I want the shape to be aligned. Now zooming out, we are going to make another window selection and group. Now I want the arm to be more bigger, so let's expand. Let's adjust. Now I'm going to duplicate. Control D. I'm going to my top view. I want to align this with my other arm. Okay, let's rotate. And let's stick this together. Next, I'm going to my top view, click work plane, select this face. I'm going to drag a box. I want this to be aligned with the edge. That should be enough. Go to our standard work plane. Let's make this a hole. Let's drop this down. Let's make a window selection and group.
Hi.
Moving forward, we are now going to create the wheels. But first, I'm going to select this part. And by selecting this light bulb, it will hide. Or simply Control H. I'm going to click this part also and hide. Going to my side view by rotating, click on work plane and click on this face. Now I'm going to my view cube and select right. I'm going to pan. Now I'm going to twirl down our shapes panel. Go to shape generators and click featured. I'm going to drag and drop extrusion. In this profile, I'm going to edit our extrusion. I want this to be a shape of like a rectangular wheel. That's okay. Select an empty workspace to escape. Now select this extrusion. I'm going to expand. Maybe something this big. Going down. I'm going to expand this more. and click duplicate. Now I want the duplicate to be a hole. I'm going to rotate. I'm going to expand our hole duplicate, going up, going to my view cube and selecting right again. I'm going to scale this down. This is good. Now I'm going to my front. I'm going to make a window selection and let's group. Let's rotate and see. Now that's okay. W and click on an empty workspace. I'm going to move this to the right. I'm going to make this up. That's good. Now I'm going to click work plane again and select on this face. I'm going to my shapes panel and go back to basic shapes. Now I'm going to add a cylinder. I'm going to expand the cylinder and add another cylinder here for decorations on our wheel. Going to add a box. I'm going to add a radius on our box. Going to make this rectangular. Okay. Let's go back to our standard work plane, W, and click on an empty workspace. I'm going to adjust this. Going to make a window selection and group.
Hi everyone, I hope you are learning a lot and inviting you to connect with our instructor in LinkedIn. That's Melj Bakiran in LinkedIn.
Moving forward, let's now duplicate our wheel. Go to my upper left and duplicate. Let's drag this to our left. Going to top view and let's align this with our other wheel. And let's stick this to our box. Now notice there's an extra shape. Now I want this to be hidden, so I'm going to click our wheel and let's click mirror. Notice there are arrows, but I'm going to click this arrow. Okay, let's now move this to the right. Let's escape. Let's move this to the left. Escape. Let's now head up, go to our right, and click this light bulb. Notice our arms now showed, and they're a little bit closer to our wheel. So let's adjust our arm, put this a little higher. Okay, on the left side, let's put this higher too. Adjust the other arm because it's not aligned. Let's inspect, and we're good to go. Okay, hi. Hi and welcome Warren Giltiano. Let's go back to our TinkerCAD. Next, we are going to create the neck of wall E. So I'm going to rotate. I'm going to work plane and select this face and grab a cylinder. I'm going to drop this down adjust our cylinder. Let's expand. Okay, that's good. Now go back to our standard work plane. I want the cylinder to have a color of gray also. Let's click our cylinder again. Let's rotate to side view. And let's expand. I want the cylinder to at least have a height of 29. Escape. Now let's head to work plane. Select this face. Let's rotate. Let's grab another cylinder. Let's scale this down. Let's go to our right view. Looking good. Let's go back to our standard work plane again. Let's lower our cylinder. And now, let's group our shapes. So making a window selection and group. Let's head up to our work plane once more. Select this face. Let's grab a cylinder. Let's scale this down. Let's head this up. Let's put this on our another cylinder. I want the height to be 26. And let's put this down. Move to the back. Okay. Go to our work plane once more and click on an empty workspace. Escape. Let's now group our cylinder. And Control G. Head up to our work plane again. Rotate. Let's now click this face. Let's drag our box or cube. I want the height to be 12. Let's scale this up. Let's move this to the back. Looking good. Let's now go back to our standard work plane. And let's now group our new shape.
Okay, saying hi to our friends in Autodesk, and we'd like to send our greetings to Bjorn Wittenberg. Happy birthday, and hello to Autodesk Group Network, Rachel Hartley, and Katin Casante.
Okay, going back. Moving forward, let's head up to work plane once more. Click this face. Go to our shapes panel. Drop down and go to shape generators in featured. Let's now grab an extrusion. Let's edit this profile to something like this. Okay, let's now scale this up. Looking good. Let's expand our extrusion, something like 58 millimeters. Let's duplicate. And let's make the duplicate into a hole. Let's scale this down. Let's expand our whole duplicate. I'm moving my up and down arrow keys to adjust. Scale this down once more. Let's move this up and to the right, to the left. Something like this. Let's undo and move this forward. with a distance of 51 millimeters. Okay, let's now rotate to our side, make a window, and group. Head up to my left, to my upper left, and duplicate. I'm going to move this to the left, click mirror or M on our keyboard, and click this arrow. Let's adjust. Let's move this to the right. Let's go to our view cube and click front. Let's adjust. And let's inspect. Looking good. Let's now go to our work plane and click this face. Let's add. Let's go back to our basic shapes and click torus. Let's scale this up. I want the tube to be 1.5. Hit escape. Go back to our standard work plane. Let's duplicate our torus. Go to our left. And inspecting. Let's rotate our wall E. Let's make a window selection and group. Now I'm going to adjust this backwards and I'm going to expand. And let's inspect and click on any empty workspace to escape. And congratulations, we now have our wall E part. Okay, so hi guys. This is my finished product and your output is to make your favorite cartoon character in TinkerCAD. And kanino po siya i-send, Miss Nelsie?
So ano na lang, via Google link na lang. So ano na lang po nila, isa-send na lang nila yung Google link. And then make sure po na ang permission is granted, no, kasi minsan nagche-check na si instructor tapos naka-private yung link. So we will contact you para doon. Tapos alam mo yun, mas hahaba yung process. So make sure na pag sinend nyo yung link nyo, it's public, no? And then, ayun. Sige, bali, gagawa sila ng favorite or animated cartoon character in TinkerCAD. Ayan.
Okay. So about yung question ni Miko Lopez, what would the steps attribute refer to? Steps are the segments that fit into the radius parameter. Yun po yun. You need to set the radius parameter to be able to visualize what step is doing. So, yun po yun. Anyways, I'm going to demonstrate to you the TinkerCAD classes. So, I have here my TinkerCAD website. I'm going to click join now. Create personal account. Sign up with email. I'm going to scroll down, find the Philippines. Month, kahit ano. Let's say, lang.
Okay, now if you have questions, feel free lang to post it in our comment section.
Okay. Do you have any questions? How to save the output? Now, auto-save po siya. Now, auto-save.
Okay, can you please show us?
For example, I'm going to create a new design. And let's say I'm going to drag this scribble. And mag-scribble po ako kahit anong gusto ko dyan. And done. What if I accidentally close the tab? I can simply go back to TinkerCAD and let's see kung na-autosave po talaga siya. Naglo-loading pa po. Yan. So, na-autosave po siya at saka may biglang naglalabas na name na smashing due to league hobby. Yes. So, nag-autosave po siya. Any more questions po?
Okay, no? If you have questions, drop it in our comment section. No? And to those who are asking if they can use TinkerCAD in iOS or Android, yes, you can use it. No, so the TinkerCAD experience you know and love and is officially available for the Apple iPad as a free download from the App Store. No, not only does this TinkerCAD app deliver a more streamlined touchscreen optimized experience, it also includes an exciting new AR feature for unleashing your designs into the world around you, no? And for Android naman, the minimum supported OS is 5.1 with 7.1 or higher recommended, no? A smartphone running a supported OS outline above may technically work, but we find that the limited screen size of most phones make it difficult to design and interact with TinkerCAD. Ayan. So if you have questions, feel free to post it in our comment section.
So
Okay.
guys, pag dito sa import, export, and send to, if I click send to, yung assembly nyo or part nyo, pwede po siyang ma-transfer sa Autodesk Fusion 360. But since kailangan lang po basic shapes para po malipat sa Fusion 360, but this is not of basic shapes. So that's all. If you're wondering that TinkerCAD can be transferred to Fusion 360, and any questions pa po guys, feel free to shoot.
Okay, no? So I'd like to invite everyone tomorrow. Okay, we'll be having announcements on our upcoming Autodesk software training, no? And tomorrow din sa live na yon, doon natin i-release or pwede kayo na mag-claim tomorrow ng inyong course ID for this training. Ayan, so Miss Melj, ilang days ang ibibigay mo sa ating participants para makasubmit sila ng output?
Siguro, pasa nyo lang po sa Monday.
Okay, Monday. So Monday is March 29. Okay? So, March 29, guys, yung deadline natin ng output. Okay? So, pag nakasubmit kayo ng output, official certificate of course completion ang inyong marireceive. Okay? And then, kung wala naman tayong output, certificate of event participation naman. Okay? Ayan, so first to to submit an output will get to have a 3 months LinkedIn Learning subscription. So sa unang dalawa po ay na magpasa and ma-receive, no? So pa-email na lang po yan. Send your link. Okay, pa-take note po ng email, no? Send your output link to autodesk.education@mechaniweb.com. So, dyan nyo po isa-send yung link nyo. Ayan. So, I guess nasagot ko na yung answer ni Sir Ren, no? Email or link for output submission po. So, take note nyo lang po yung email or you can message din sa kami in Meetup and in Autodesk Community Philippines Facebook page. Okay, no? So, sa mga bagong pasok lang, no, we are about to end na and the video is available in our Autodesk Community Philippines YouTube channel. So, you can watch it as many times as you want, no? Kung may mga hindi kayo naintindihan or naiwanan kayo, so you can watch it on replay. Okay, no? So, to end up, I'd like to invite everyone for tomorrow, no, announcement, Fusion 360 Monthly Challenge at 2021. So, tomorrow at 7 p.m., 7 p.m. tomorrow, mag-a-announce tayo ng upcoming Fusion 360 trainings natin, and not just Fusion, we'll be having Inventor, Revit din sa mga yung naputol nating session last week. So, i-reschedule natin yan. And then, magkakaroon tayo ng Dynamo training. Magkakaroon tayo ng BIM, no? BIM training, meron tayo niyan. So, inviting you to join us tomorrow at 7 p.m. And then, tomorrow din, i-announce yung LinkedIn winners natin na nag-invite ng at least 30 members sa Autodesk Revit User Group Philippines. And then, tomorrow nyo rin makiklaim ang inyong course of event or certificate of event participation sa ating 3D design with TinkerCAD, no? So, stay tuned for tomorrow. Join us, no? Para maka-receive kayo, ma-receive nyo na yung certificate of event participation nyo. And then, syempre, yun nga, ulitin ko lang ulit, iba yung certificate of course completion pag nag-submit kayo ng output. Okay? So, if you have future questions, you can message us in Meetup and in CAD Community Asia and Autodesk Community Philippines. Feel free to message us. And once more, we'd like to thank Miss Melge for saying yes and for joining us today. Thank you. Okay, thanks everyone for joining, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye!